What's good, y'all? Welcome to my final review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Stardust Crusaders. This is the last episode of Stardust Crusaders. Next week, we'll be starting Diamond is Unbreakable. And like I said before, guys, I am hyped to see Diamond is Unbreakable. Heard great things about Diamond Unbreakable. Of course, you know the villain of Kira. So I'm hyped to see it. So yeah, let us begin. So we start off. We got Jonathan. We got Dio. After he jabbed his fingers into Joseph, of course, drinking his blood, of course, making Jonathan's body his own. And the holes were actually right in his neck, 3 holes. And when I saw this, I was like, all right, yep, Joseph's dead. Well, shit. Damn. I was like, oh damn it, because and then I was like, but at the same time I was like, maybe he might still be alive, but then he ends up, well, right before he jams his fingers in again, our man Jotaro slowly walks up towards Dio. We get to see Joseph's spirit come out of just like how Iggy and Abdol's did a few weeks ago. Comes out, he pretty much just tells keep your cool, dude. Do not give in to anger. And hey man, that it was a good ride. It's the most fun I've had in years. And I gotta say, the voice acting in this episode, that voice acting was damn good. Props to the guys at Viz. Speaking of Viz, that's been announced. Actually, One Punch Man Season 2 is indeed coming. I believe the first episode is actually dropping tonight or today, or maybe it's already out. Because I remember there was some festival or something going on where they're gonna show the first episode, and that's and the rest of the show is gonna debut in spring of 2019. A lot of people are saying it was winter of 2020, spring 2019. Thank God, so we don't have to wait 2 years. Instead, we just have to wait a year. But I'm still kind of a little iffy. I'll wait until when we find out the release date of the show, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm gonna review it for you guys. Anyway, back to JoJo. So after his spirit disappears, after he says, this is the most fun I've had in years, my boy. Jojo was like, was that real? And then Dio's like, hey, what are you looking at? And they were like, oh yeah, fuck, I have Dio to deal with. And then he jabs his fingers into his chest and sucks all the blood out of him. To where Jonathan, or not Jonathan, I don't know why I keep saying Jonathan. Joseph is nothing but a lifeless husk. At this point now, I was like, yep, the man's dead. This man is fucking dead. Nope, no way Jonathan is gonna come back from this. He's fucking dead. Damn dead. Okay, yeah, you are damn dead, my friend. There's nothing reviving you. I don't think even the Dragon Balls could fix you. Anyway, So then Jojo was like, fuck him and my cool. I'm gonna fuck him up. And so he runs towards the Jotaro challenge, right? And that's when there's the OP place. And actually, the reason I'm saying this is because actually the OP that we got for the final episode of Stardust Crusaders, we actually got the OP. It was textless, but we also got with the sound effects in, and I mean, I've listened to previous JoJo OPs with the sound effects. I actually haven't listened to the 4th one. Oh my god, do I love JoJo OPs are so much better with the sound effects. I don't know why they're just not the standard. Why can't they all just start off with the sound effects? Because they're always just so much better than just a standard OP. They just elevate those OPs. Anyway, so then they jump up in the air. I still don't understand how the hell they're flying. If any of you guys can explain to me how Jotaro and Dio are flying, even though they can't really. I mean, is it because of their stands? Are their stands doing the work? How are they flying? Anyway, he ends of course doing the world, and then boom, and it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and so I forget the exact time. Jotaro got his hands up and started flattening, and then just started pummeling him around. I think it was around 4 seconds. I think it was 4 or 5 seconds. He's just oh no! But the next thing he manages to break actually the world's fist a bit. Dislocates or breaks some of Dio's fingers. But actually, that's actually but then he gets back in time but then he ends up freezing in time because it's actually now how far as he can go, because now he has expanded it to 9 seconds. So then time resumes, and actually, Dio actually just starts wailing right before the 9 seconds are up. Dio just starts wailing on Jotaro. They actually show some X-rays of some broken bones that he had after, you know, he was hitting them with like a few punches, hit him with some Chun-Li kicks up in there, and we saw like X-rays of some broken bones. I don't know where these bones were because I'm not a doctor, but and then we just see him hit a side. Then one time he hits a side, then hits the floor. How Jotaro managed to stand up from that is an anomaly to me. So then Dio uses it to has his final dance with time, Zarudo! And then he drops to the ground. After after that huge amount of that massive fall, like how he still managed to got up from that. I mean, granted, Star Platinum did break his fall a little bit when he hit the ground, but sure the man should be feeling some pain. But the man looks like he ain't like this ain't shit. I mean, I guess it just shows you how much of a badass Jotaro is. Anyway, so he's like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And then the narrator is also coming up, telling him that Jotaro is staying calm, cool, collected, and waiting for the opportunity to drive Star Platinum's fist up, drive Star Platinum's way through Dio, and Dio's like, Jotaro's like, all right, come at me, you neon vampire. When I see your ugly mug again, I'm going to fucking lose it. And then we get the classic phrase, Roadroller! And then, oh my god, do I not envy the English voice actors here? Because then then they're going, and they're saying it super fast. And I mean, like, really fast. Like, I could not count how many times they said Muda and Ora. I don't know how the English voice actors managed to do that. I don't know if they just had them say it a couple times and then just ended up speding it up and repeating it and speding it up, or they legit had them go say ora and muda that freaking fast, cause man. And so Jonathan, I keep saying Jonathan, Jotaro is punching the roadroller upward while Dio is punching it downwards, and then eventually Dio I keep saying Jonathan for some reason, so I'm not reviewing part 1. You see eventually Jotaro stops because he freezes up again, and the roadroller finally stops. It finally hits the ground. And then Dio's like, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, my power is infinite, yeah. And for some reason, throughout the episode, we just see Dio kind of scratching himself. He jammed his finger into his head one time earlier on, I get you, you're like, the blood of the Joestars is coursing through me. I'm like, okay, why did you need to jab your finger through your skull? Anyway, back to the episode. So then he's like 12 seconds, 13 seconds. I forget. I stopped caring about the counting. But then he's like, finally, I have won. The world is the best. Is superior than Star Platinum. And then it's like, let us investigate your lifeless body. He moves, or tries to, but he doesn't. He's stuck in time. And then we just see, oh man, Jotaro right behind him being like, what up, fuckface? Yes, our man Jotaro can now, like Dio, stop time in its tracks. Now, one thing I'm curious to hear about, how does Jotaro, does he also have to scream out, the world, or Star Platinum to do it, or there's some other way he does it? And I'm curious if this is going to actually, come back in part 4 where we actually end up seeing him stop timing when he's when he's fighting I don't know, Josuke or something, or maybe it's kind of a one-time thing where yeah, I can stop time, but we're probably not, but this probably won't ever really come back. Araki doesn't seem like the kind of a writer where he he brings an ability for a character and it never comes back up. So we'll have to wait and see in part 4 and future parts if Jotaro's time manipulation ends up coming back. And it's I wonder, what is it like, Dio, having you stand there frozen in time while I am right behind you. I bet it feels like when you're swimming and your air is running low, and when you get up to get a grasp of air, you're immediately pulled back in. And then our man Jotaro, our boy Jotaro, just goes ham on Dio with the Mudas, following it up with a block with like Dio hits him with some kicks, Jotaro hits him with like a punch, but then like his fist starts cracking up a bit, and you're like, oh shit! But then actually Dio's leg, or the world's leg, starts cracking and ends up breaking apart. And then Dio gets split in half. He's like, what? How is this possible? I am the immortal Dio! How is this possible? And then it's finally over. We end up finding out that actually Polnareff managed to survive, which I say, Polnareff is the luckiest man alive. I mean, this man has had how many close encounters with death? He's cheated dead like what? 4 times now? 4 times now? 3-4 times now? How did... I hope this man doesn't... I hope we do end up seeing Polnareff in part 4, just because... I mean, I love Polnareff. I always thought he was cool ever since I first saw him. And 2, this man is on way... The amount of run-ins with death this man has is ridiculous. So, and of course, we find out that yes, Joseph is indeed dead. Cockcoin is dead. Which sucks, because I was really kind of hoping that we might could see him in part 4, but, time is unbreakable, but... that's one thing I gotta say I do like about Araki, and I do appreciate, is that he does have the balls to kill off main characters. I will give them that, which is something that other mangas, Toriyama, do not have the balls for. And so, we see them at the hospital, Dio and Joe, and we got Dio and Polnareff, he was fine, pretty much had some minor injuries and was just unconscious. But then we get to see Jotaro, he's in one in a Speedwagon's ambulance or whatever, he's in his truck. There's a couple doctors there. We actually have Dio in a body bag. Well, half of Dio's body, but I'm guessing they have the whole thing. They just put half, but only half of it is showing. And of course, Joseph's lifeless husk. And everyone's asking Jotaro, like, hey man, why do you want these two in the same truck? Oh, it's because then we're going to do a blood transfusion. He stole our blood. Let's see if we can put it back in. And the doctor's like, that's impossible. He doesn't have a beating heart nor does he have a pulse. We can't do that. He's like, I'm sick and tired of hearing you guys say everything's impossible. And say everything is impossible. So he's like, plus after having with you, I know a thing or two about stopping and starting hearts. So he uses Star Platinum to start Joseph's heart. They end up doing a blood transfusion. It worked. But then when Joseph, how do I keep saying Jonathan? Joseph wakes up. He acts like, he says like, haha, you fools! All you have done is resurrected yours truly. And at this point I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But then it was like, then Jotaro was like, oh, get Star Platinum, like, whoa, man, it's me, chill. And I'm like, Joseph, I get that you make jokes. That's the reason why we all love you, is because you make jokes. But why would you do this right after we defeated Dio? Like, do you want to die a second time? Anyway, so we see. So then he asks him a bunch of random. I'm guessing it's music trivia. Oh, I know. I'm not gonna repeat because I forget about. I know one of the songs was actually done by Weird Al Yankovic. He's like, yeah, but only you would know useless shit like that. And so after that, after Joseph wakes up, they have their little all right, you're Joseph, okay, we're good. They go to this desert, wait for the sun to rise, have Dio's body out there to of course, decreed, deterred, because we know vampires are weak to sunlight. And everyone's Abdul, Iggy, Polnareff, Cockcoin. It's finally over. We get this moment between actually, and then we're at the airport where Polnareff decides he ends up wants to go back to France. Even though he doesn't really have any family there, it's like the memories. It's only his real home. He really knows. They kind of have a very bro moment between Jotaro, Joseph, and Polnareff. They're like, yeah, man, we're gonna miss you stubborn bastard. And what is with Araki and ending at airports? Because part 2 ended at an airport, and now part 3 ends at an airport. Is part 4 gonna be the same thing where Josuke ends up saying goodbye to Jotaro at an airport? Anyway. So, they end up having their walk off. We see Holly, she's back to, she's back 100%. She's up and moving around. Their mom, Holly's mom. I I also keep forgetting what her name is, in all honesty. She's like, Holly, are you okay? Or how are you standing up so quick? It's like, I don't know, I can't describe, but we're good. And she's like, I can feel that Joseph and Jotaro are coming home. And then the part that we see Jotaro and Joseph on the plane, Jojo pulls out the picture they took at the beginning of the part with Iggy and the entire crew, and puts it back in his pocket. And that's where it ends. So, Part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, is finally over. It was a fucking awesome ride. Like, in terms of just journeys in anime series, this probably has to be one of the best, in all honesty. Like, the amount, and of course, the memes help. The memes were always a good plus with this. But what happened in this arc was just... Like, in terms of, like, even though, like, Part 3 does air, like, rank around 9th place in my top 10 anime series, in terms of just the Stardust Crusaders as an arc, it's honestly probably up there in my top 5, probably, in all honesty. Just from everything, just from, like, of course, the memes. The memes are also part of the enjoyment with, like, aura memes and, all that stuff, but, and other stuff. There's a lot of great things to love about Stardust Crusaders. And I'm hyped as hell to see whatever Diamonds Unbreakable has to start, because I heard great things about Diamonds Unbreakable. Looking forward to seeing Kira and all that. So yeah, looking forward to next week, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the overall. I guess episode a 10 out of 10, of course. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, fans. Leave down rocks below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too bad.